Good afternoon, Ms. Wilson.
Good afternoon.
Where do you attend school?
I am currently a senior at Gulf Breeze University.
What is your GPA?
I currently have a 3.985.
What are you studying?
I study psychology and social work.
Why did you choose those fields of study?
I want to help.
Objection, relevance?
Overruled.
Why did you choose those fields of study?
I want to help people who are struggling and make a positive impact on my community.
What are your plans for after graduation?
I plan to earn a master's degree in social work so I can help out with the homeless youth.
Besides school, do you have a job?
Yes, I am currently an assistant manager at Jerry Bean Coffee Shop.
Are you involved in any student organizations at Gulf Breeze University?
Yes, I'm currently a part of the Delta Omicron Delta, also known as the DoD.
Can you describe what the DoD is?
The DoD is a co-ed Greek honor societies at Gulf Breeze University. Its purpose is to bring high-achieving students together while serving the community.
How long have you been a member of this organization?
I have been a member since my freshman year.
What kinds of activities does the DoD participate in?
We do social events, mixers, public service opportunities, and community service projects. Like, for example, Habitat for Humanity, blood drives, Toys for Tots, and the local food bank.
How involved have you been in those activities?
I've been extremely involved as I have never missed any of the events.
Did you hold a leadership position in the DoD as of August 2015?
Yes, I was the Pledge Master.
Can you explain exactly what a Pledge Master does?
The Pledge Master oversees people who want to become members, called pledges, and guides them through the process of working towards full membership in the DoD.
What were your specific responsibilities in that role?
I was responsible for making sure pledges were knowledgeable about the DoD and the university and collecting and reviewing all required paperwork before they could participate in any of the activities.
Did you have any experience with the pledge process before taking on this role?
Yes, for the past 2 years, before I became Pledge Master, I assisted the 2 previous Pledge Masters before me, which also included Jordan Miller.
What did students have to do to become members of the DoD?
They had to meet the DoD's academic standards and complete the required paperwork, including submitting transcripts so we can verify their GPA.
What paperwork were pledges required to complete?
They were required to do a medical history form and a liability release.
Why was the medical history form important to you?
So we can know what they were allergic or if they had any health related issues.
Did all of the pledges in the 2015 class complete and submit that paperwork?
Yes.
After the paperwork was complete, what was the next step in the membership process?
The next step was the Pledge Week.
What is Pledge Week?
Pledge Week is a series of activities designed to help the entering members to learn about the DoD, the university, and each other.
How were pledges informed about Pledge Week and its rules?
Every new pledge received a written schedule of all activities for the week, as well as a written copy of the rules pledges were expected to follow.
What did those rules say about participation in the activities?
The rules stated that participation in all activities was optional. I also said so out loud on the first day when they were welcomed in.
Could a pledge stop participating in any activity at any time?
Yes, because the activities were optional, any pledge could have chosen to stop at any moment.
Is it possible for a student to become a member of the DoD without participating in any Pledge Week activities at all?
Yes, as Ashton Davis is a current member and she never participated in almost none of the activities.
And who allowed Ashton Davis into DoD?
It was Jordan Miller as she entered last year.
What kinds of events took place? What kinds of events took place during Pledge Week?
There were wiffle ball games, a water balloon game, shaving cream fights, and the final activity, which was the Fearsome Five.
What was the Fearsome Five?
The Fearsome Five is a 5-round food and trivia challenge held at the end of Pledge Week. Pledges answer questions about the DoD and the university. If they answer the question incorrectly, they eat a plate of food and complete burpees.
Why did the DoD use the Fearsome Five as an activity?
It was developed as a safer alternative to alcohol-based activities. We know we cannot force pledges to drink, and this was a way to build unity and test their knowledge about the DoD traditions.
Has the Fearsome Five been conducted in prior years before August 29th, 2015?
Yes, it has.
All the times that have been conducted before, have you ever known anyone suffer a serious injury from the Fearsome Five?
Not that I was aware of.
Before August 29th, did anyone raise a concern to you whether the Fearsome Five could be considered hazing?
Yes, someone raised that concern.
What did you do in response to that concern?
I contacted the university's Office of Student Affairs several times to find out whether the activity violated university policy. I left voicemails describing what the DoD was doing.
Did the university ever respond to those voicemails?
No, I never received a call back from any of my messages.
Were you and the other DoD members educated about the university's hazing policies?
Yes, we all attended the university required sessions about hazing and how to avoid it.
Why did you describe those sessions as bore?
Because I have been going to the same university required sessions multiple times, and since I already knew about the hazing rules, it felt like a waste of time.
Based on your understanding of those policies, did you believe that the Fearsome Five violated university or state hazing rules?
No, it was a voluntary activity that did not meet the definition of hazing.
Did you know Emily Young before August 29th, 2015?
Yes, I knew her through her older brother Chase and through the DoD service activities, as she has been participating while she was still in high school.
Earlier in this direct, you stated that every pledge completed the necessary paperwork. Does that include Emily Young?
Yes, it did.
Let the record reflect that I am showing opposing counsel what has been entered into evidence, the medical release form. Okay. May I approach the witness? Ms. Wilson, do you recognize this document?
Yes, I do.
What is it?
It's Emily's emergency medical and general release form.
Was this made at or near the time of the incident?
It was made 10 days before.
Do you see? Okay. Hunter, right below Emily's information, can you read what number 1 says?
I hereby certify that I am physically fit to participate in Delta Omicron Delta. I hereby consent to be said participant competing in events sponsored by the DoD faculty and/or the Delta Omicron Delta Foundation.
Do you see Emily's initials next to those statements?
Yes, I do.
What do those initials indicate?
It indicates she was willingly able to participate, and she could have chosen to opt out.
Did she have the right to choose and refuse to participate in this activity? These activities?
Yes, she did.
Okay. Moving on, under the subsection medical history / impairments, can you please read the printed text?
Please note any prior injuries, allergies, or medical history, which would preclude you from participating in the DoD activities.
And what did she respond with?
She responded with nut allergy and asthma, and then in parentheses she said, I'm on medication. I'm good to go. LOL.
After you learned about Emily's nut allergy, what action did you do to ensure her safety?
I bought a separate brownie just for her.
What was in this brownie that was separate from the others?
It did not contain any peanuts at all.
How could you tell which plate was Emily's?
I had black Sharpie the edges.
How were the Pledge Week activities going in the days leading up to August 29th?
Everyone was enjoying and having fun.
Can you please walk the jury through what happened during the Fearsome 5 on August 29th?
There were 5 rounds. Each round had a plate of food and a set of burpees. If a pledge answered their question wrong, I served edible cat food with whipped cream in round 1. In round 2, I served hot sauce eggs. Round 3, I served gummy worms and gizzards, which in that round was when Amelia Taylor decided to not participate anymore. And then in round 4, it was brownies with honey mustard. And then in round 5, when round 5 was about to begin, that's when Emily collapsed.
You mentioned Amelia Taylor. What happened to her during the activity?
Amelia refused to finish after a bite in round 3 and stopped participating. 2 other pledges also got sick. No one forced any of them to continue.
When round 4 started, where were you and what were you doing?
I was not watching the table at that moment because I was holding a sick pledge's hair.
What was on the plates during round 4?
Most pledges had brownies containing peanuts. Emily's plate had regular brownies without any peanuts. The one I had separately prepared with and marked with a black marker.
What happened when round 4 ended?
Emily got up from her chair and said she needed to go inside the house.
Did she say anything else besides that she needed to go in the house?
No, she didn't.
How did you respond to that?
I told her she couldn't go inside, citing one of the pledge's rules. I thought she was just trying to avoid being disqualified from the game.
What happened after that?
Emily fell out of her chair.
What was your immediate reaction when she fell?
At first, I thought she was joking around, but when she was not moving, I decided to go over to check on her.
What did you observe when you reached her?
She appeared unconscious and was breathing very slowly. Her face was flushed and her lips looked a little swollen.
What efforts did you and others make to wake her?
We called her name, shook her gently, and splashed water on her face. Nothing worked.
What did you do when those efforts failed?
We called 911 immediately.
Why didn't you call 911 yourself?
Because in one of the pledge's rules, it states that no one could have their phones as a pledge. I decided not to also have my phone so I could make sure everyone was being treated fairly.
So you did it so that the pledges knew that you followed rules too, you said?
Yes.
Did law enforcement officers arrive that evening?
Yes, they did.
Did you speak with officers when they arrived?
Yes, I did.
Did the officers ask to search the DoD house?
Yes, they did. It was because they were worried that her condition could have been because of alcohol hazing.
How did you respond to that request?
I let them in and searched the whole house.
Were you arrested that evening?
No, I was actually arrested 4 days later.
Why did you take the time to prepare a separate plate for Emily Young?
Because I knew about her nut allergy from her medical form, and I did not want to expose her to any peanuts.
And finally, Hunter, were you trying to harm Emily Young on the day of August 29th, 2015?
No, I wasn't.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Right. Wilson.
Good afternoon.
This was your first year as Pledge Master, correct?
Correct.
And as Pledge Master, there were guidelines you had to follow?
Yes, there were.
And as the newly appointed Pledge Leader, you were made aware of the university's hazing guidelines, correct?
Yes.
You even had to take a course to make sure you had knowledge on the subject.
Yes, like every other year.
And your response to this course was that it was boring, correct?
Objection,
I
Your
know.
Honor, asked and answered.
Overruled.
It's your stance today that your actions did not classify as hazing, correct?
Can you repeat that?
It's your stance today that your actions did not classify as hazing, right?
Yes.
And your actions were never approved by anyone in the university, correct?
Correct.
And in fact, you never spoke to the University Office of Affairs, right?
Right.
Yep. You tried to reach out, but you never received a response back, right?
Yes.
And despite not receiving approval from the university, you proceeded with the activity instead, correct?
Yes, because I assumed that it was right. As
So you proceeded with the activity regardless
Objection,
of
Your Honor.
concerns
Can we
of
let the
other
witness,
parties?
can we let the witness finish their testimony?
Did you finish your answer?
no,
Go ahead.
I said that I did call them multiple times, and I thought, from assuming that they did not call me back, as they normally don't do that it was actually okay to actually continue.
So despite not receiving approval, you still proceeded.
Yes.
And you proceeded with the activity regardless of concerns from other parties.
Yes, I made sure that everything was okay with the students' affairs.
So even though Jordan Miller was concerned, you still proceeded.
Yes, but as the president, she could have stopped me at any moment because she has power over me.
But she did express her concern, correct?
Yes, but she did not stop me at all because she only said it was a concern. She could have actually just got rid of the idea at all, completely.
And your responsibility as Pledge Master is to make sure that these activities are okay.
Yes, I gotta get them approved by the president. And the president did say it might be considered hazing, but she just let me continue instead.
So despite these concerns of hazing expressed by Jordan Miller, you still
Objection,
proceeded.
Your Honor, asked and answered.
Sustained.
And briefly touching on that emergency release contract, it was created under legal circumstances, correct?
Yes,
And the contract does not permit illegal activity, correct?
yes,
Such as hazing.
yes, but we were not doing any hazing.
Okay, you also enforce these pledge guidelines, right?
Yes, like everyone else, every other pledge master has before.
Yeah. And in these guidelines, there were restrictions as to what the pledges were allowed to have on their person, correct?
Correct.
And also where they can go.
Yes,
And you were also in charge of all of the paperwork that the pledges gave you, correct?
yes, that's the pledge master's responsibilities.
And you were aware of Emily's allergy, right?
Yes, plus I've been friends with her brother for years, so
And-
of course I knew.
And she even stated it on her emergency release, right?
Yes, but she said she was good to go.
And regardless of the allergy included, you added nuts to this plate, to the table as well, correct?
Only to
Objection
the
calls for speculation.
Overruled.
Go ahead.
okay. I only added nuts to the other brownies, not Emily's.
And those plates were placed by you, correct?
Yes,
Yep. And you marked a plate for Emily, right?
yes,
The plate that supposedly did not have nuts in it, right?
correct.
But was later found to have nut particles in it, correct?
Objection, lack of personal knowledge.
You can answer if you know. Do you know?
I wouldn't know because I wasn't actually watching round 4, so I don't know what could have been going on.
And the participants were blindfolded during the challenge, right?
Yes,
And that was due to your instruction, correct?
that's how it's normally always.
And Emily was blindfolded as well.
Yes,
And because she was blindfolded, she couldn't see which plate she was picking from, correct?
correct.
And it was also your job as Pledge Master to observe the challenge, correct?
Yes, but as I stated, I was holding a sick pledge's hair, meaning I couldn't watch it at all.
But those pledges were your responsibility, right?
And they were also Jordan Miller's responsibility, as she was supposed to be helping me, knowingly what was supposed to be happening.
But as Pledge Master, you are in charge of all activities, meaning that these pledges are
Objection,
under
Your Honor,
your...
asked and answered.
Overruled.
Again, so as Pledge Master, as the students are under your responsibility, it was your supervision that they were under, correct?
Yes, but Jordan, I'm also under I'm also supposed to be watched by Jordan Miller, who was also supposedly supposed to help me, which she did not.
We can establish that Jordan Miller is not the pledge master, correct?
Correct, but she has a responsibility over me.
But pledgers are your responsibility.
Objection, Your Honor, badgering witness.
Overruled.
Pledgers are your responsibility, right?
Yes, but if I was harming them at any moment, Jordan Miller could have just said, "Hey, you can't continue doing this."
So any action or incident that happened that night was under your supervision.
Yes, but Jordan Miller was supposed to be helping me.
A yes or no would suffice. And moving
I
on,
did say yes, but Jordan Miller was supposed to help me, so I did say yes.
You were also aware that Emily was on medication for her allergy, right?
Yes, as she did currently state that, and I also knew that because she also told me.
So you were familiar with the allergy.
Yes, as I've known her brother for years.
Okay. So you also teased pledges, right, when they mentioned not wanting to do activities?
Yes, but as a joke, if they actually did not want to participate, I would have allowed them to.
As you're the pledge master, you also have authority over these pledges, right?
Yes.
So pledges also know that their behavior affected their acceptance into DoD, right?
Not really.
So their behavior had no effect on their acceptance into the DoD?
What do you mean by their behavior?
What happened during the night of activities had an effect on whether or not they were going to be accepted into the DoD.
The only behavior, it would have been if they threw up. That would disqualify them. Anything else would have let them be a part of the DoD.
But drawing you back to my question, it did affect their acceptance into the DoD.
Only if they threw up.
So it affect, correct,
Objection,
okay.
Your Honor, ask and answer.
Sustained.
And in addition, Emily did state that she really needed to go inside, correct?
Correct, but she did not warn me about what. If she did tell me, oh, I need an EpiPen or I needed my inhaler, I would have asked someone to actually go inside to get them for her.
And that was right after round 4, right?
Yes,
Which included the brownies, right?
yes,
And you were aware that some brownies had nuts and some did not, correct?
yes, as I prepared them.
The house contained many of the pledge's belongings, right?
Right.
And when she asked to go inside, your answer was absolutely not,
Objection,
correct?
Your Honor, hearsay.
Overruled.
Again, I'll ask again. When she asked to go inside, your answer was absolutely not, correct?
Yes, because I believe she was trying to get disqualified in private.
And following that, you watched Emily fall out of her chair, correct?
Yes, because I thought she was joking originally, as we were all playing a game.
And after that, you rolled her over, correct?
Yes, to make sure she was still okay, because she wasn't responding to me.
You also noticed physical deformities, right? Such as swollen lips.
Yes, but that's when we began calling for someone to get Jordan out of the damn house to call the cops.
You also noticed a rosy face, correct?
Watch your language, man.
What was the question?
You also noticed a rosy face, correct?
Yes, which could have meant that's why we were trying to get Jordan to call the police.
And you also witnessed labored breathing, right?
Yes, but I couldn't do anything like call the police. I did not have my phone.
And your response to this was splashing water onto her face, correct?
Because that could have woken her up. It could have been from overheat. It's August 29th. August is hot as... Not gonna say that word.
Okay, moving forward. So your response was to splash water in her face, aware of her allergies, right?
How would splashing water affect her allergies? It was just to try to wake her up because she could be having an overheat from the Florida's heat.
Not sure you
Is that
understood
a
my
yes or
question,
no?
but yes or no, aware of these allergies, your response was to splash water.
Yes,
Okay. And you waited minutes before even contacting someone to call 911, right?
because we had to get Jordan from the house to call the cops because he's the only one that actually had a phone.
I'm not sure you understand my question. You made minutes before even asking someone to call 911.
We had to get Jordan, meaning Amelia had to run to the house. We didn't wait minutes. It took her minutes to get to the house.
Again, I'm not sure you're understanding my question. You waited minutes before calling any of the pledges to call Jordan.
And technically, I'm saying,
Objection, Your Honor, badgering the witness.
I don't think she's answering. What's the question?
You waited minutes before asking one of the pledges to call 911.
Objection, Your Honor, ask and answer.
She didn't answer.
Overruled.
No, as Amelia actually ran into the house to get Jordan or to look for a phone to call the medicals.
Okay, so it's your statement today that you did not wait minutes before calling 911 or asking one of the pledges to call 911.
No, as Amelia ran into the house.
Moving forward. So, you made no immediate effort to call for help yourself, right?
I did not have my phone on me. How would I call for the cops or medical?
That's a no? Okay, no was to suffice.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Thank you. Anything else for the witness?
Can we dismiss our
Yes. Anything else from defense? Thank you.
This time the defense rests, but we do have a quick motion if you want.
All right.